Okay, so we'll start with you. You can introduce yourself and any way you want to, and then you can start with your memories.
My name's Jeanette Proskauer, and I'm a senior living in a senior building, and I have a little dog. And
What's your dog's name?
my dog's name?
Yeah.
Well, I didn't name her. I just got her because my other dog died.
Oh.
And they're both rescues, and they're not going to live very long, I guess. Her name's Johnny because my friend also had a Frankie dog. So it was Johnny and Frankie.
Okay.
And Frankie's gone. And so I hate calling her Johnny, but she comes to it, so I have to call her Johnny, even though it's a girl. My fondest memory, I guess, and the nice things that lasted a long time was a 3-week trip to Europe. That I left my ex-husband and thought my life was over, and our last fight was about this trip. He said I couldn't go because my aunt wasn't going. Her husband wouldn't let her go. So I went. And, of course, there was a big fight first. Well, not much of a fight. He was mean. So I left the house, went back to my mother's, and then went on this trip, and it was just wonderful. And I thought, oh, that's why in the movies rich people send their kids off when they don't want them to marry somebody. They send them to Europe because it just really made a big change in my life. And then I lived for the first time by myself. After that, I'd never left home until after I was married. We went to London first and Paris, and then we went, I can't remember, it's so long ago now, 1969. We went to Italy, and we went to Spain was last. We went to France, we went to Paris. We went to Switzerland, and let's see, where else did we go? We go anywhere else? Oh, we went to the Isle of Capri, Rome, and it was just wonderful. In Italy, like you felt like you were, Marilyn Monroe or something. I mean, traffic stopped for you. I mean, guys flirted with you, and I thought that part of my life was just over. It was wonderful. Yeah, I have very fond memories.
How old were you then?
29.
And you thought your life was over?
Well, not my life, but
that part
life.
of your life. Okay.
Because I was madly in love with my husband for
Yeah.
quite a few years, but I mean, it didn't. I couldn't take violence. Someone, most people have disaster, divorce stories.
And yours ended with 3 weeks in Europe.
Yeah. And then an old boyfriend was my lawyer for the divorce, so there wasn't any fighting, I just left. Of course, I didn't realize what I was leaving. I didn't even have a fork or a towel or a pillow or anything. So I had to start from scratch because I just left him. I did take a dog with me, but the dog was unhappy, so I took her back. Oh, regrets, I guess because I never thought of the future. Mainly, so like I said, I'm very lucky to be in this building because I wouldn't be able to afford to live anywhere. Okay. And this isn't just low income, it has so many pluses, so many good things. So, but if I had, thought about saving money or doing something, well, for instance, my first long-time job was 14 years, and it was a union job, but the place closed after I worked there 14 years. So, so I didn't. So I get a Social Security, and I didn't make that much money for the Social Security to be enough to live on, in a regular way. So I regretted not trying to get a job at another dairy or something. It was a milk company I worked for.
Okay.
And all I would have needed was another year, but when you're, like 30 years old, you just don't think of the future. So let's see, what else, what am I supposed to tell you about?
Just what, from what you learned throughout your life, what would you tell, younger, any generation younger than you? What advice would you give to them?
Well, you know, one of the things that gives you the most pleasure is you know, being a good friend to people and helping people. It's just amazing. I have more time to do things for other people now, and it just really, it's wonderful. And I guess they should think of their future, not just, you know, like I did, just kind of went on a party for quite a few years.
Yeah.
And I don't know, what else would I tell them? That they ought to do a little more talking to each other than texting and using machines. I don't
Okay.
know. I mean, it's just so, I mean, people break up on texting and things. It's just amazing the important things they do that way.
Yes.
And you think you would like to, you know, hear somebody's voice and know that, kind of feel how they feel, at least.
Yeah.
If you can't see them, and you can at least talk to them rather than just texting. Texting can be wonderful for certain things, you know, people don't have time for maybe information or something, but you know, I just can't understand it.
Thank you.
Thank you.